Hey guys, my name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Arsenal's really important home win against Southampton. And again, not a comfortable game, not a straightforward game by any means. Obviously, we've had a super busy, hectic, fixture list over the last month or so, including a PSG game. Although that was at home, which was nice, but still a PSG game in the Champions League, and obviously Leicester last weekend. Yes, the third game in a week basically, and we were expecting some rotation, and that's what's happened. And I think that's what can explain the first half, maybe the first hour of this game. And that is, we rotated quite heavily in this game. Obviously, Jesus and Sterling got their both of their first starts of the season, and Jorginho as well. And along with Partey playing at right back, you can tell it was a bit of a makeshift starting 11. And I felt seeing that first 11, I thought it's good enough to beat Southampton. Southampton have been getting slapped all over the place this season so far. But yeah, still thinking this much rotation. You know that if we take four or five starting team members out of the team, you might struggle no matter who you play in the Premier League. And it was kind of the case. Our offense was just all over the place, especially in that first half. Just couldn't really string a couple of passes together. We weren't creating too much. And you kind of felt like going 0-0 in half time was a big win for Southampton. Normally they're losing by the half time. So yeah, going into the second half, you think, okay, we're going to have to step it up now because obviously 0-0 is not good enough. We can't draw in this game, we can't lose this game. And you also got to wonder, like, there's a possibility of a fluke goal in any game. We saw that in the Leicester game. So, when it starts getting to like 50 minutes, you're starting to think, well, they started to attack more as well in the second half. You're thinking, a freak goal, and if we go 1-0 down, like this is going to be a much harder game than we thought it was going to be. And that's exactly what happened. They got a really good goal, to be fair to them. Just defensively, just a lapse in concentration. We've been doing that a couple of times now this season. Normally we're very, very tight at the back, but yeah, just a leak, just a mistake really, watching the ball and not really reacting fast enough to it. And Archer gets his goal, and suddenly it's 1-0, and you're thinking, oh no, here we go. Because, Southampton, when they were in the Premier League last time, they were kind of like a bogey team. They did get some wins over us fairly recently, so we'll see almost dropping points. They obviously got a decent win against Fulham, although Fulham put up a decent fight, to be fair. Especially with that Jimenez assisted goal for their first goal for Pereira. But yeah, they seem to be leaking goals as well, and Liverpool doing really well as well. So we had to win this game. We couldn't drop any points in this game. So you're thinking 1-0 down, great. What's going to happen now? Kai Havertz, who probably, he was definitely the man of the match. He was definitely, some people say SAKA. That's fair enough. So he got 2 assists and a goal, which is great for him. Brilliant game for him. But Kai Havertz was massively important in this game. He immediately scored. Really, really good goal. I mean, it was an absolute exquisite shot. He had to work really hard to do it, and it came off the post and went in. It was brilliant. And it was only like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes after their goal. So you think, cool, now we've woken up. And we made some really good substitutions as well. We brought the big boys on, Trossard and Martinelli, and they absolutely just turned this game around for us. Yeah, Martinelli getting a really good goal, which is absolutely epic for him. He's in a bit of form now. Finally, he's starting to show up now. It was getting a lot of criticism, like I said, in the Leicester game. But he seems to be on now. He seems to be back. He seems to be, contributing in goals, which is great. It was an important goal as well, because obviously it made us 2-1, and then for the first time in the whole game we were winning, which is great. And then obviously Saka goes and gets a really good goal, seals it at 3-1, because they looked like they were going to equalise when it was 2-1. And again, a free goal, anything can happen, and if we had drawn this game, it would have been a massive L. So managed to get a 3-1 win, which looks good overall. I think 3-1 does. It doesn't flatter Arsenal either. I think it reflects the fact that we did control the game quite well. We just had a leaky moment, a slight lapse in concentration, and they managed to get their goal. But apart from that, they came at us when it was 2-1. To be fair to them, they had a few chances and they hit the post as well, I think, at one point. So, credit to Southampton. They really wanted to get a point at least in this game, which is fair enough because they're going to be in a relegation scrap the whole season. So, credit to them. But yeah, we deserved winners in this game. And like I said, to win the league, you have to do that. If you go down a goal against a team you really shouldn't be, you should be fighting back and getting a win. And we've had a couple of close calls ish with Leicester and Southampton now, which is weird because they're both relegation candidates. You'd have to imagine. But yeah, like I said, it was a really good game overall. It was really nice to see Ramsdale back. I'll talk about him in a minute, but yeah, just a bit iffy at the moment, and also you've got the international break as well. You always want to win the game. Just before the international break gives you kind of like a good foundation, morale wise and form wise to then spring back into action after the international break. There's a fair few players not in the international break now as well. Obviously, Odegaard's not going to Norway. I think Partey's not going as well. Yeah, there's a fair few players not going to play in international, which is brilliant because we don't need any more um, injuries. The last international break was disastrous for us. We have missed Odegaard. We've been doing well without Odegaard, but we would be so much more comfortable right now if we'd had Odegaard in the team. So hopefully, after the international break, gives him a couple more weeks at least, and hopefully we can, get him back as soon as possible. And the others as well, Timber and Ben White didn't feature in this game against Southampton, so you'd think that one of them or both of them would be back. It was really good to see Tomiyasu back. It's really great to see him. I think he's a little bit injury prone now, a bit like Partey, but a bit like Partey, when he's on it, and I think he did really well when he came on. It was really nice to see him to come on the pitch. And yeah, it was overall really good result. So we go into the Bournemouth game now at the end of the international break. Pretty decent, we're up in the title race now. I think it's starting to break apart a little bit. We're 4 points clear of fourth place. So I think that's going to be how it's going to be now. I think Liverpool might be able to sustain this run. I'm not sure yet. Man City, I think, are capable of dropping points. They looked really dodgy in the last couple of games, so a bit like us, really, to be fair. But yeah, really good. And I just want to finally end this video on Aaron Ramsdale. I mean, quality, class act. Like I said before the game, like in the last video, he's not come out and said anything bad about Arsenal. He's not been bitter. He's not been, weird like Emi Martinez was when he went to Villa. When he left Arsenal, should I say? Yeah, so it was really good to see him back. Obviously, I knew the Arsenal fans in the stadium would doing really well and treating him really well, and they did. Sorry, they gave him a round of applause and they chanted his name at the end of the game, which is good. I mean, it does help that we beat him, beat his team. I think if he'd won the game and they'd won the game, I think it might be a little bit different, but it definitely helped that we won the game. And yeah, it's really nice to see him a little bit teary-eyed. He signed some Arsenal shirts as well, which is absolutely brilliant. Like I said, Arteta didn't sell him. He didn't sell him because he didn't like him, or they didn't like each other, or there was an issue, or he just wasn't good enough, or anything. It was just the fact that Ramsdale was a brilliant goalkeeper. It's just Raya is better, and he suits us better, and it's been proven now. And Ramsdale deserves to be playing. I don't think Southampton was probably the best place to go for him. I think maybe another mid-table team, but I really hope that they don't get relegated just for Ramsdale. I'd hate to see him get relegated again because obviously that tarnishes you as a goalkeeper a little bit. But he's a quality goalkeeper. He's really good. And in another universe, he would be our number one. He'd be England's number one, and we'd be doing just fine. But it's just Reyes to step up on him, and he can't help that. And yeah, like I said, it's quality class act. And hopefully he has a really good season and he stays in the Premier League because he absolutely deserves it. Even if they get relegated, he absolutely deserves a step up in clubs, in my opinion. I hope he doesn't stay at Southampton too long, even if they stay up. Yeah, so really good to see that. It's really nice to see because obviously Arsenal fans don't dislike Ramsdale. Even with Martinez, Martinez, we didn't dislike him. We thought that maybe there were some fans that thought that he should be our number one. But yeah, Reyes just elite now, and I don't think Ramsdale's just quite there yet. Ramsdale's younger, so I reckon he will eventually get to that level. But Not what, it's not what we need right now. So yeah, best of luck to him. I'm really happy that he had the reception he did, and I hope he, I know that it probably meant a lot to him, the Arsenal fans that were there, cheering him and things. So um, yeah, that's all I got to say, guys. Let me know what you think about the game. Do you think we're being a bit dodgy? We've been unusually leaky at the back, conceding goals, which is not what we're used to, I guess. Yeah, so we need to fix that up. But again, we've had injuries. Partey at right back. Although I think Partey did really well at right back. He's obviously not even our third string right back. You'd have to say that Tomiyasu, Timber, Ben White, even Saliba maybe is probably a better option. It's just Saliba's so much better in centre back, and we're a little bit short on centre backs. I would say. I mean, obviously Calafiori can play there. Timber can play there. Timber's a bit iffy injury wise at the moment. So yeah, this international break has come out at a really good time, to be honest with you, considering the fact that we don't have many Arsenal players there. Hopefully we can get some of our injured players back. Timber can get over what what he's going through, and same with Ben White. And yeah, we kick on towards Christmas with with a bit of a stronger lineup, because we're looking a little bit threadbare at the moment, especially on the bench. So yeah, like I said, let me know what you think about the game. What do you think about Kai Havertz scoring in every single game at the Emirates in all competitions this season? How crazy is that? I think he's got 7. I think he scored in 7 home games now in a row or something stupid. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, brilliant for him. I mean, like I said, Arteta's effect on him needs to be studied, because it's just outstanding. And Bukayo Saka, I mean, if you think that he's not world class, then you're an idiot, in my opinion. Blatantly biased, blatantly hate Arsenal, because anyone with an ounce of football knowledge knows that Bukayo Saka's not only world class, but he's our best player. He's our most important player. I wouldn't say he's probably our out and out best player. I think Kai Havertz can challenge him with that. Same with David Raya as well, and Saliba as well. But in terms of important player, it's got to be Saka. He's captain now, without Odegaard being there. So yeah, if we can keep him, if we can start winning some trophies with him, he can go down as an absolute legend of the club. So yeah, it's good to see him thriving. He's obviously got goals and assists now coming out of the woodwork. So happy for that. So yeah, so let me know what you think about the game in the comments, and comment down below with any you want. I always reply to all of them, so I'm happy to do that. So talk to you guys there, and yeah, enjoy your week, guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.